Okay, continuing with the core activity, this is this problem goes with page 444. I will read at the top. It says the fuel gauge problem is a good reminder of how the slope and y-intercepts of a line can give you important information about a problem situation. Play this animation to see what else can be learned from the graph of a linear function. Okay, so the math club at Ellisville High is selling big candy bars to raise funds for a trip. The club members buy 20 cases of 24 bars each for $200. Let's go ahead and okay, so the club's business plan includes this graph, which shows a projected cash flow for the fundraiser. First, look at the y-intercept. What is the value of the y-intercept, and what does the value represent in the context of the club's profit? So here is our this is our y-axis, and here's our function. They meet right here. Here's our y-intercept. It is at minus 200. Now, notice over here we have profit in dollars and then number of bars sold. Okay, so remember, we bought $200 worth of candy bars, so we're actually at a negative 200 here. Okay, the y-intercept is at negative 200 and represents the money spent from the candy stock. The club members have already paid $200 to purchase the initial stock before receiving any income from selling candy bars. Now look at the x-intercept of the graph. What is the value of the x-intercept? What does the value represent in the context of the club's profit? So here is our x-axis, and the intercept is right here. It is at 100. Okay, what do you think that means? Okay, these are the number of bars sold. So at the beginning, at zero bars sold, we are at negative 200. But once we sell, let's see, when we sell 25, we're still in the negative. At 50, we're still in the negative. At 100, this must be the breaking point. Okay. The x-intercept is 100 and represents the number of bars the club members must sell to recover all their initial investments in the candy stock. The club members must sell 100 candy bars before they begin to see a profit. So once they are here, everything from here on out is profit. So let's go ahead and take a look at our workbook. So in your workbook on page 444, you will have this page here, and it says to write the y-intercept. Okay, so here's our y-axis. Our y-intercept is right here. Okay, so the coordinate for that is 0. Okay, 0 and negative 200. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Okay, then they're asking us for the x-intercept. So here's the x-axis, here's the x-intercept. So we go over 100, and then we don't go up or down. So 100 and then 0. That is our coordinate for our x-intercept. Okay. Now number 4 says, what is the slope of the line? What does the slope mean in this situation? Okay, so let's figure out what is the slope. I wrote this equation out. Okay, this is how to find, this is the slope formula. So I need to find y2, which here's, I'm going to go ahead and write in here. Let's see. This will be x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so y2 is 0 minus y1, which is negative 200. So minus 200 Okay, this here will end up being a positive because we have a minus negative 200 over x2, which is 100, minus x1, which is 0. So this ends up being a positive because we have a double negative here. I'm going to change this to a positive. So we have 200 and then 100 minus 0 is 100. And 200 divided by 100 is 2. So our slope is 2. What does a slope represent or mean in this situation? Okay, it means that we are making a $2 profit for every candy bar. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just type that in. I'll just put a $2 profit for every candy bar sold. Number 5, in your own words, explain how you can find the y-intercept when you are given a function rule in the slope-intercept form. And for this part here, let's just go ahead and so in our normal slope-intercept form, here's our equation. And the question is, how do we find the y-intercept? Okay, our y-intercept is the b value. So whatever is in place here, that is your y-intercept. Okay, and then we will move on to the next portion of our lesson in just a moment.